think when we look at quality, we should be looking at the fitness for purpose of the data and then really looking at a two-stage approach to how we drive value.
Hello and welcome back to the Bankers Masterclass series in association with Deutsche Bank, looking at how the security services business is changing. I'm Joy Macknight, Deputy Editor at The Banker, and I'm joined in the studio by Mike Clarke, Director of Product Management, Security Services at Deutsche Bank. In the third chapter of this video series, we're going to take a deep dive into data. Mike, thanks so much for coming back. What are the big data challenges that your clients are facing?
I think I'd like to start with really just looking at the importance and emphasising the importance of data in addressing the challenges clients have before we talk about the challenges of data. And that's really the ability for us to look at the data sets we have, highlight where issues may be, target the areas that are the most relevant for us to focus on, and then really drill down into fixing that data. Data can be a real driver in improving efficiency and improving process. The challenge is having the source of good data. And that's where we can really help, because we've had a lot of experience in managing big sets of data, but also we understand a lot of where our clients are focusing, we understand the business, we understand the market that's there, and it's that level of insight that you can apply on top of data that really helps you address some of the challenges.
So you spoke about driving efficiency in processes. Can you give some concrete examples of how better data will help really drive efficiency for clients?
It's around being able to look at a data set and say, within here, how can I see from a data set where a problem arises? An example may be in fails management. If we can look at the failing transactions in a market, look for things that may not be immediately identifiable as a reason for a fail. So it may be that there's a particular custodian in the market who will always put something late into the market where another custodian is putting something earlier into the market. So if I'm looking at information, I may see two unmatched transactions or two transactions that may be coming up towards failing. I can look at that and use that information to understand which one of those is the most important to deal with. If I know someone's late, I'll deal with that one later. If I know someone's early and someone hasn't responded to something, that may be more of a problem for me to deal with. So insight gives you the ability to focus on where your problem is. Secondly, it's about integration of data and being able to, rather than pick a phone up and call someone and say, where is something? Having access to that data as an integrated part of your solution means that you become much more efficient. So analytics and integration.
Okay, but how does better data or better quality data actually really drive value in security services?
I think when we look at quality, we should be looking at the fitness for purpose of the data and then really looking at a two-stage approach to how we drive value. So you don't have to have 100% data quality day one, you just need to understand how much quality do you have in your data, and then use that to gain a trend or an insight that you can then drill in and focus on a little bit more. So you may want to look at areas such as a settlement process, and within a settlement process you can see there's a trend in where a failing transaction may occur. That allows you to then go back to the earlier in the value chain and put in mitigating steps that allows you to change the way your process is flowing to avoid that particular problem, or speak to a particular counterparty around how you're going to avoid and work away from that problem later, from the level of insight that you see. And I would always look at it and say, don't strive for perfection in data before you get your insight. Use your insight to tailor where you need to improve quality, where you need to improve process, and then you get to have targeted delivery of solutions that can tangibly provide a saving or an efficiency in a particular area rather than trying to boil the ocean.
And what solutions is Deutsche Bank really pulling together to help their clients with data?
Two levels. One is really analytics and one is on integration. So the first level of analytics, we're working with some of our data labs around settlement analytics in light of regulation like CSDR, which is bringing in penalty regimes for failing trade. So we're working with some clients in our data labs around understanding those trends and working with them to understand what's the reason and the causation behind some of the things we're seeing failing in the market. Second side of it is around integration and APIs, and really how can we give access of our data to our clients without it being a phone call or a human interaction? Can you actually do that by integrating a data through a call into our client's own process? And we're doing that initially looking at the settlement process again, so that clients can come in and pull settlement status information directly from our systems, which may then remove the need for excessive messaging between our two organisations.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Mike. In the final chapter of this masterclass series, in association with Deutsche Bank, we will be looking at using data to achieve efficiency and optimization.